welcome back to your favorite channel. It's your boy PBK9 live on the PBC Pelican Base Corner. We're gonna talk about it. We got some breaking news updates today, and we're gonna speak about some of this dog conversations, that's going on amongst the groups and different things, man. Big shout out to everybody that's in the chat, everybody that's listening, no matter where you're at across this country, no matter where you're at across this world. All my people in North America, South America, Asia, Europe, Africa, you know, big shout out and big salute to all the Bulldoggers across the country, man. It is what it is. Like I said, I got a little update coming for you from South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? I also got a little bit of news I want to give you about a young lady who she's being charged with manslaughter, I want to say, from her dog killing her daddy. You know, so we're gonna talk about that as well. Like I said, I want to speak about some of the videos that I made over the past couple days or whatever, and I'm gonna talk about that. You know, so let me get up in this news first, real quick. This is the young lady who's being charged with manslaughter, I want to say, for her pit attacking her father. I think he was 70-some years old.
Be unable to responsibly care for an animal.
State prosecutors Tuesday beginning their case for why 43-year-old Jana Campbell is responsible for the death of her father, Stephen Campbell. Investigators say her 2-year-old, 117-pound pit bull named Jack came from a troubled past and had a history of violent behavior, including attacking a Meals on Wheels driver and a home health worker last winter.
I don't know what's causing Jack to act like this other than he's being protective of the household.
That was Campbell in February after the attacks. She appeared before the Essex Select Board, who mandated that Jack wear a muzzle, go to dog school, and other restrictions. Campbell's lawyers say she was trying to control the dog.
We have a dog that has shown aggression, a dog owner who's attempting to do the best that she can with that situation.
But just a few weeks after the new restrictions were put in place, the dog attacked again, this time with fatal consequences. Campbell's father, 78-year-old Stephen Campbell, was battling dementia and living with Jana at her Brigham Hill Road home. On March 10th, according to court paperwork, Stephen Campbell struck the dog with a shoe. The 117-pound pit bull then mauled and killed him. Jack was put down shortly after. But Friday, prosecutors charged Jana Campbell with 2 counts of reckless endangerment and 1 count of voluntary manslaughter. Ms. Campbell, any comment? Then mauled and killed him.
I wanted to bring that back because I want to speak on this real quick, and then we're going to get right back and let the video finish playing. To my Bulldog brothers across the country, my Pit Bull brothers across the country, this is not a Pit Bull. You know, we can look at this dog and see this may be a Pit Bull mix, a bully dog or some other type of dog like that, but that's not a Pit Bull, you know. So that's what we be talking about. The Pit Bull get the blame. It's not a Pit Bull that's doing the crime. Jeremiah, what's going on? What's going on? Archie Fuller in the building. Big shout out to you, my brother. Appreciate you dropping in tonight, man. Appreciate you dropping in tonight. We're gonna talk a little bit about some pedigrees too, if anybody want to speak on it, you know. But I just wanted to point that out, man, because I seen that picture right there. And in my opinion, you know, just my opinion, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But now I don't think that's a Pit Bull. You know, I think that's a bully or something else. You know, but let's finish it on.
Jack was put down shortly after. But Friday, prosecutors charged Jana Campbell with 2 counts of reckless endangerment and 1 count of voluntary manslaughter. Ms. Campbell, any comment on the charges? No. Dog bites are usually handled in civil court, but this unusual case may be the first of its kind in Vermont, with a dog owner facing serious criminal charges. How does a court normally look at this?
Well, I think the issue is really a question of very gross negligence.
Roger Cohn practices civil personal injury law. He says if strict standards are met, gross negligence cases can be elevated to criminal charges if people show a reckless disregard for others.
And it's not just dogs. If you're acting in a way that you're really careless about the possibility of killing somebody, you may well get involved in the criminal law.
All right. That's that news. Now let's go to this news from South Carolina, where I gave y'all a video about earlier this week, maybe, or late last week, where we had a dog fight in a bus. They didn't really give you that much information. You remember the video where I was showing y'all it looked like a helicopter from a helicopter view looking down on the house? Well, there's an update on that video, and that's in Chesterfield County, which I said Pageland as well. It was in Pageland, but that's the same area that the sheriff deputy was locked up in just a few months ago as well. So I'm gonna give y'all an update on that.
And I'm Siobhan Bryan. We begin this evening with an ongoing investigation in South Carolina. SLED, the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, is working with multiple state agencies to get to the bottom of a reported dogfighting ring in Chesterfield County. This is the second major dogfighting investigation in just 2 months' time. WBTV South Carolina reporter Rachel Richardson spoke with people who help rescue and care for animals in these cases.
And so, Rachel, what do we know about what happened out there?
Multiple dogs were seen in chains, locked in cages, desperate for help. And it's something that these agents say they don't want to see continue to happen. I spoke with advocates who shared what happens to those animals after they finally get rescued. A home hidden in rural Chesterfield County is now at the center of a dogfighting investigation. The county's animal control supervisor, Lieutenant Brad Allen, explains it's not always easy to detect.
Fighting them or raising them to fight and selling them for that purpose, things of that nature, it's really hard for us to find that.
The South Carolina Law Enforcement Division's dogfighting unit is leading the investigation on Taylor Chapel Road in Mount Croghan and Arkeville Road in Pageland. WBTV reached out to learn more about how many dogs were found and about arrest. SLED says more information may be shared soon. For the animals, the next step is recovery.
It's kind of a misconception that a lot of these dogs are just put down right away. That's not the case.
Jessica Johnson leads the Humane World for Animals rescue team. They've helped SLED in the past. They record every detail of abuse animals have been through.
We're trying to piece together their story because they can't share it with us.
Then comes the work of helping them heal.
Enrichment items, we're giving them toys to play with, we're showing them compassion, and we're showing them that they don't have to fight.
This is the second dogfighting investigation in the county this year. The first, less than 2 months ago, led to 4 arrests, including a Chesterfield County sheriff's deputy. Lieutenant Allen says stopping these cases starts with speaking up.
So if you've got a neighbor and you know some things, we need your help. We need a call. We need a phone call. We need
If you know anything or have seen anything, more information on how you can report any type of animal abuse here in Chesterfield County will be on WBTV.com. In Chesterfield County, Rachel Richardson, WBTV, on your side.
Such a sad story there, Rachel. Thank you.
Yeah, so let me take that off the screen and throw that pedigree up there, or the platform rather. What's going on, Terrence? Appreciate you dropping in tonight, my brother. Appreciate you dropping in tonight. First thing I'm gonna touch on, man, like I said, I'm gonna talk about some of the videos that I dropped on Facebook. And one thing that I see a lot of brothers still commenting on, and I'll comment back with you. The mouth and the gameness situation. When I said you can breed gameness, but can you breed mouth? How many times have you had a dog with tremendous biting ability, and his offspring came out biting just as good as he was? And when you make them breedings, you getting mouth on purpose. That's why I said it the way I said it on my video, man. That mouth pops up. It pops up. You may have a dog that's bone crushing, or he was bone crushing, or he had so much mouth, and then you breed in, and the offspring is game. They're good dogs, but they're not biting as hard as the daddy was. But they game. That gameness can be transferred, in my opinion. That's why I said I would breed for gameness in my days. The gameness can be transferred from one dog to the next, to the next, to the next. And you hoping that they crushing or they biting, got the biting ability of the daddy or the mother or whichever one, that was biting like that. That biting, you rarely see it, or you I'm saying like this. When it comes to gameness, it's easier to be trapped in your offspring, compared to the biting ability. You may sell a dog or you may sell a puppy that got that particular ability that you're looking for, but you'll never know it. You'll never know it. But that gameness, man, and like I said, with the weight wise, the weight takes off. I was speaking about that on my last live. The weight takes off from your biting ability. So if you got the perfect weight dog is 45 and he's biting the way he's supposed to be biting, and then you sell a dog or you sell the puppy to somebody that never gets the dog to his perfect peak condition, they're not gonna get the full bite from that dog. They're not gonna even get the 100% out of that dog. So that bite thing, man, it's just, and everybody, different people look at bite different ways. You may talk to a brother, he may say, "Oh, that dog biting," and then they may show him to another brother, and then he don't even consider that biting. You know what I'm saying? I seen a dog today and you probably seen him too as well. Man, he had some long ass teeth on him, a black dog. Man, that joker had some teeth the size of pocket knives. But the first thing that came to my mind when I was looking at that dog, I said, that dog teeth big, but how big is his heart? You know what I'm saying? He can have teeth that big, but how big is his heart? Do he know how to use them teeth? And if he use them, is he using them for 5 minutes and then he soft as, mouth goes soft as a wet paper bag? You know what I'm saying? Looks can be deceiving. A person will look at that dog with them teeth like that and they'll think, oh, this is crushing ability. This joker gonna have a mouth on him. But like I said, what's the purpose of having a mouth when you ain't got no heart? I'd rather have the heart and then figure out something, try to work something with the mouth than have a mouth and trying to work something with some heart. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, I'd rather have one that's gonna stay there. Because if he's gonna stay there, he'll figure out a way to maneuver to get out of whatever you bringing to him. He may figure out and be smart enough to outwit your dog, to outwit the hog that he's going on to where he won't get hurt. The way he may not be biting as hard, but he know how to last and he know how to keep pushing and keep going forward. You know what I'm saying? Then the one with a stupid mouth and he just biting and he just don't last long. A light switch. Quit on top. We seen a bunch of them dogs quit on top. Oh yeah, like Brother Archie say, it's a big difference from swimming in the pool and then swimming in the ocean. You know what I'm saying? Big difference. So that's one thing I wanted to speak about, man. And the main thing I wanted to talk about tonight though was I wanted to speak about what the brother was talking about on my last video on Facebook. He was complaining about he only having 1 litter of puppies, and I can't believe that brother was thinking. He said shout out to 2 young or two ladies. I'm not gonna say they were young, but 2 ladies. He gave a shout out to, which made me think that they kind of gave their opinion on that with the dog food, and they kind of pushed that on them. I don't know, but it's just the way it sounded. Now, anybody who deal with dogs, they know that dog food is not going to make a difference in how many puppies you have. Dog food is going to make a difference in how healthy your puppies may be. You feeding them this kind of dog food and you feed them that kind of dog food. They may look a certain way, but it ain't going to make a difference if you got 10 puppies or 1 puppy. As far as your dog having 10 puppies or 1 puppy. Now, dog food can make a difference in you only got 1 puppy left out of 10 puppies, because they ain't getting the right nutrients and stuff like that. That can matter. But when it comes to how many puppies your dog gonna have, dog food ain't the problem. What that brother got to do is check the sperm count on his male dog, and like the brother said before, see how many eggs his female might not even be releasing no eggs. She may only releasing 1 egg every time she go and eat. That's all that's gonna get fertilized. That's all the puppies you gonna have. That don't got nothing to do with the dog food that you eating. You know what I'm saying? And these kind of narratives be pushed around the community from place to place, and people be believing this kind of stuff. And I mean, it'll lead you down the wrong path, man. You, like the brother said, he spent $20-some thousand. He ain't saying that on dog food, but he's saying in general in his program. You know, you'll go down the whole wrong road, man, thinking, oh, I'm only having one puppy. I'm only having one puppy. You know, and you buy this food, that food, this food, that food, and you waiting to see when your dogs come back and heat, and you hoping that they have 5 puppies or 10 puppies this time, because you got top of the line dog food. You know, that it don't work like that, man. And then another brother made a comment. I want to correct you, brother. If you listening tonight, you'll know what I'm talking about. I'm not saying no names, but you said we all feed better dog food when a bitch is pregnant. Now, I will agree with you with that. But at the same time, this is what I'll be talking about. You want them healthy puppies, you gotta feed them bitches the whole fucking life. Fuck when she get pregnant. You know what I'm saying? When she get pregnant, them puppies gonna be eating from the inside, so you feeding her good food. You know, you should have been feeding that from the rip, and now she's a healthy bitch. You know, and she can carry the puppies the right way. You know, so when you keep her on some good food or whatever, but you don't necessarily gotta feed her the best food her whole life, but you want to take care of the bitch. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to just wait till she get pregnant to start giving her that good treatment. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take care of her, man. Gotta take care of them. Gotta take care of the male as well. That's your sperm count. You wanna, feed them good food. You wanna get little hold up, my dog's barking real quick. Hold on just a second. Yeah, I'm back. But yeah, you wanna take care of them damn dogs, man. You wanna take care of them so they can have your puppies and have you some healthy puppies. You know what I'm saying? Have you some healthy puppies, man. Now, I want to also answer a question. Big salute to Street Rossi in the building. John Demery, what's going on? What's going on, brother? I also wanted to answer the question that Street Rossi was talking to me about. What do I do when somebody want to return a puppy or the puppy don't turn out for them? And what do I do with that particular dog? You know? Now, back in the days, I would say, you bring them back if it don't turn out for you. I'm not selling no grown dogs. I'm only letting a brother get a puppy. So this is the thing. A lot of times, a puppy gonna be what you make it. You know what I'm saying? If a person cannot take care of a puppy for 2 or 3 months, and that can make a whole difference in how big he be. It can make a difference. He might be a scary dog. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things a person could do with a puppy that not have them on that level. You know, so me myself, I ain't real big on taking dogs back because I'm not selling full grown dogs. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting you get a puppy. You know, and at the end of the day, for me saying, oh, I'm gonna take them back, that's saying I'm selling you dogs that's you doing for fighting. I'm not selling you no dog for fighting. You know what I'm saying? So you know, what you want to bring them back for? You know, when I give them to you, it's a certain kind of way. Now he grown. What you want to bring them back for now? You know, this ain't the Wild Wild West days where I could sell you a dog to do a certain thing, and oh, you know, you getting them to roll them, or you get them to do that with it. Now I'm giving you a dog as a pet. You know, so you got no reason to bring them back. You know, if you don't like them, sell them to somebody. You know what I'm saying? And just don't get no dog from me. You know, I ain't doing that, because that just like saying, oh, I'm selling dogs for fighting. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to do that. And like I said, it's a difference between selling a grown dog to somebody for you know, for hunting or something like that, and it's not the quality that they thought it was, and you selling a puppy to somebody, and they trying to bring it back 12 months, 16, 17 months later. That dog had a whole lot of stuff that he had to go through in them 17 months. That might not be my damn fault. 9 times out of 10, it ain't my fault. You know? Now I can let you run game on me and bring me back a dog because you didn't do what you were supposed to do with it. You know what I'm saying? You know? But yeah, man, I ain't really too much put myself in that situation right now, Street Rossi, because, you know, I sell puppies. I don't really sell grown dogs. You know, if I'm trying to get out the game, or I got a few bigger ones I want to get rid of, yeah, I might sell them then. You know, but for the most part, you get the puppy from me, and you get them as a puppy, and shit, you know. Yes, sir, man. That's why I try to make sure a person, when I'm selling puppies, that I'm giving you the best quality puppy that I can give you, because I don't want it to be no problem on my end. You know what I'm saying? You can put the dog back there on the chain and never deal with him until he get a year old, and then because he ain't acting the way you want him to be acting, now you want to bring him back to me, and you ain't touch the dog, ain't do nothing with the puppy, just put him on the chain. You know, so that's that old school shit. It's too much. It's too many things brothers do with these dogs for me to do that. I ain't gonna lie to you, and I ain't let you run game on me. And everybody ain't the same quality of bulldoggers. You know what I'm saying? You got some people that know what they're doing with them dogs, and some people that don't. Now, if I'm getting out or something, yeah, I'll let you get some big ones. You know, Archie, like we was talking about, I'll let you get some big ones or something, but I still ain't taking them back. Them as is. You know, I'll give you a real honest opinion on how I feel like the dogs is as far as their working ability, you know. But after that, you know, it just is what it is. Yes, sir, man. 216, what's going on, brother? What's going on? Yes, sir, man. And then you got old Supreme Excellence, the dude who turned my channel in last year. He done popped back up. He must be done got out the crazy house or something. He done popped back up. I seen him on Jay Bowden Boys Sporting Dog Archives channel the other night. Man, listen here, man. This is what I don't understand. Everybody claim they got morals. Everybody claim they this and everybody claim they that. But the brother who turning in YouTube channels when they get mad at you, he's still popping up on people's channels. You know, that's why everybody, you got to do what you do, man. This game, it ain't what they claim it is. You know what I'm saying? It ain't what they claim it is. Just got to do what you do and keep your head above the water and going forward out here. You know, these folks do anything to cut you down and say any damn thing, you know. He shouldn't be on nobody damn dog channel. You can't, you could pop shit, but you can't take it. You know what I'm saying? Shit, do you want to, because he been on my channel as well. But little did I know he had done turned my channel into the YouTube people, trying to get me kicked off. And then come back on my channel and act like he didn't do anything. And then months later, I find out what he did, you know? So a person like that, man, I mean, he's trying to stop the money from stop you from getting your bread, you know? You won't see him over here. He might come in the chat or something, because I ain't got him blocked or nothing, I don't think. But he won't be up here. I don't got time for it. I don't fool with them kind of folk, you know? And I made a Malinois breeding for anybody that want a Malinois from me. They'll be ready probably in September. They'll drop in August. You know, 4 to 6 weeks. I'll normally sell my dogs about 6 to 8 weeks. So that's good September. They'll be ready to go. But I have the Malinois for you, and I have a few pits for sale as well. That Red Boy Jocko stuff, like I do it, you know. Yes, sir. Now, when we talk about these pedigrees, let me pull up something. Who y'all want to rock with today, man? Bolio, Eli, Jeep. Check out Jeep. Go to this Offspring. Let's go to Booze and Bark. See, we got some pictures of any of these dogs. Booze and Bark dog coming down off Jeep, and Booze and Bark Stacy. Stacy is a daughter of Jeep. Jeep bred to a daughter of Finley Bow. Jeep bred to his half sister, made Stacy. And then Stacy bred back to Jeep. So I know that was a hellified dog there. That's the Booze and Barks stuff that we're talking about right now. Vance, what's going on? What's going on? Just chopping up a little bit of these pedigrees real quick, man. I wanted to see what the fellas had going on tonight, you know. I appreciate everybody watching the On the Clock videos, a lot of the old interviews. I got a lot more. I'm still dropping them. I just want to have them in order so you can find them, you know. And pretty much all you have to do is type in On the Clock interview. You probably don't even got to, you know, On the Clock, Pelican Bay, On the Clock, and all the interviews, all them videos will pop up, you know. That way it won't be hard to find. We're looking at Jeep Offspring, man. Grand Champion Wrangler, 7-time winner off of Jeep. Owner, Mr. Crenshaw. That's a full Jeep on the bottom side I'm looking at. Jeep bred to a full sister of his, Crenshaw's Kate, made Little Kate. Then he bred back to that dog. I'm gonna make a breeding like that very soon. Well, I'm gonna make a breeding like that within the next year. Well, I'm gonna breed Fletcher back to his daughter off of him and Mellow Yellow. So that'll be like a full brother and sister, which is him and Kate, Little Kate. I'm gonna do that same formation right there. And another thing, man, a reason why some brothers, or a reason why we may not get some of the dogs that we was getting back in the 90s and the early 90s and late 80s and very early 2000s, when it comes to them breeding them dogs like Jeep and Red Boy and Red Boy Jocko and the Buck stuff, STP and all that, and your Eli stuff, you know, so many dogs have been stolen, put fake papers on them. He was an Eli dog. They didn't know what they was taking. Even if they knew what they was taking, they couldn't register him up the same way. Now he a Red Boy dog, or now he a Jeep dog, or now he this kind of dog, you know, on paper. And you're not getting the same quality because your paper saying this, but your dog not coming from this. You know, it's a lot of that go on across this country and world. You know, they're saying these Jeep dogs and these dogs ain't got no Jeep in them at all. And you wonder why it ain't clicking with your Red Boy making Jeep Red Boy. You wonder why it ain't clicking. It ain't clicking because it ain't Jeep. They stole it and put Jeep papers on it. The papers, unfortunately, the papers don't do the breeding. And the papers, you know, ain't shooting no sperm up in them. So that's why a lot of times, man, we may wonder why these dogs don't work certain breedings and certain things. That's why I always say, find you a good dog, man, no matter who it is. Find you a trustworthy dog, man, that you can deal with and rock with them. You know, you playing on dangerous ground when you're trying to go to any and everybody getting dogs. You playing on very dangerous ground because any and everybody ain't playing the game the way it's supposed to be played when it comes to these dogs. You know, dog a straight Eli dog, but they got him down as a Red Boy Jocko dog. Straight Red Boy Jocko got him down as an Eli dog. And I ain't even speaking on the confiscated, because we talk about the confiscated dogs all the time, and brothers still got their papers. Then they get a dog with no papers, but it's a hellified dog, and they put them papers on them, and that's what they run with. You know, that's what they run with, man. And the caliber of dog, man, is down, like Vance say. The caliber of dog, man, is down also. You know, so we taking little hits both on all ends. You know, you getting the bullshit dogs, you got the caliber dog, man, down, and none of that make a good soup. You know, none of that shit make a good soup. Yep, and Street Rossi say a lot of people got their hands on this breeding stuff, but he think a lot of them don't know what they're doing. And you right about that, Street Rossi. And that's what is, like one brother was telling me, that's what this pedigree platform is going to hurt a lot of brothers. Because you look at this and it got a lot of information on it. You know, this pedigree platform got a lot of information on it when it comes to breeding. You go down here and you want to look at these charts. You want to look at the bloodline calculation and all that type of stuff. And that shit leads you down the wrong direction. Because see, them brothers from the 90s, they had hands-on with these dogs. They knew what the dogs, you know, they had hands-on with them. Brothers ain't got hands-on with them now. They go down in these little charts and thinking this is going to give them a bulldog, you know, and this ain't going to give them a bulldog. That's just little nice stuff to look at, entertaining stuff to look at when it comes to your dog, but you need to know your dog, you know what I'm saying? You need to know them dogs. I don't care if you got Carver, Kobe, Crenshaw, LaPasse, whatever you got, you should know it. Study that, study the line that you're running so you'll know what you're supposed to have and what you're not supposed to have, and what kind of quality you should be getting. That way you can, if you decide you want to sell puppies, you can sell puppies with confidence, knowing you're giving out good quality dogs. You know? Let me check out some more of them Jeep offspring. Let's go to Ramrod's Tramp. Jeep Red Boy dog. And we're gonna go to this offspring. Oh, that's siblings. They don't got no offspring down there for them. Probably on this one. Do y'all think Tramp was a better producer than Gator? Or Gator was a better producer than Tramp when it comes to them dogs? Take Booze and Bark Stacy 2 out. No picture. I see Garrett and Crenshaw them had a lot of dogs coming down off Finley Bow and that Honey Bunch stuff. Whether they was off the same litter as Jeep or just another litter bred the same way, he had a lot of it. Booze and Bark Stacy. That's the first one we looked at. We on Stacy 2 now. So there's a little chart telling you it's 75% Jeep in there. 56% Finley Bow. And 43% Honey Bunch. But when you look at the pedigree, see Jeep right there, Jeep at the bottom, Honey Bunch, Honey Bunch, Honey Bunch. The Eli lovers will call this an Eli dog. That's what the Eli lovers do. They call these right here an Eli dog. Some people call it a bully son dog. Some people call it a Honey Bunch dog, and some people call it a Jeep dog. But like I said, when you got hands-on with it, it's different. When you're reading it off this chart and don't got no kind of knowledge about it, period, then you're gonna call it a Jeep dog because it's 75% Jeep right here. Look at the percentage of bully son. It's only 21%. when we go to Eli, it's 9% in this particular dog. But the Eli lovers, they see Bully Son, that's going to Eli. Everything that's coming down off Honey Bunch is going to Eli. So it's Eli, Eli, Eli. I mean, Eli and that dog a lot in the background. Go to the 5th generation. And that's going to be any Jeep dog that's heavy bred Jeep. But calling your 75% Jeep dog an Eli dog is really doing him a disservice. Because Eli not a producer like Jeep was. Jeep is the better dog in that whole group or this conversation that we're talking about. You know, Honey Bunch didn't produce another Jeep the way another dog that's producing like Jeep when she didn't breed. No, she bred the Finley Bow. She made good dogs. But when she bred the other dog, she didn't produce another Jeep type dog. Eli didn't produce a Jeep producing dog. Out of all the breeders he didn't produce a dog that was producing like Jeep. And this the thing as well too, man. Eli from the 70s, his promotion wasn't as big as Jeep promotion was when Mr. Crenshaw doing all his promoting and advertising and all that type of stuff. Showtime Kennels, what's going on? What's going on? City boy in the building, yes sir. Tab, I had a bunch of Tab dogs in my days. White Tab, bred Frisco stuff. White, that I bred the Frisco stuff. I didn't buy it bred the Frisco already. We got stuff straight from when Crossroads was selling us the White Tab dog. It was coming straight from Mr. Al White. Let me go to White Tab. And tell you the truth, man, Tab might go down as one of the top producers off, well, in the top 5 off of Jeep. Just because of the amount of times he was bred and, probably who had him. Not saying he was the best dog off Jeep or even the best producer, but it just depends on what you're doing with your dogs. You may be promoting them. You may got private stock. You may not be selling your puppies. You may just keeping your puppies back in them days for your own personal work. You know what I'm saying? When these guys was taking dogs and selling them, breeding the Jeep dogs and selling them. Now I had the White Tab dogs, and that's why I still say I wish I would have had. I never had a Ramrod Tramp dog back in the days, straight off a Ramrod Tramp. I had all Tab stuff, and when it come to the Jeep Red Boy, I wish I would have tried some of that Ramrod Tramp stuff. That Rodriguez Gator dog, I wish I would have had some of that back in the days to see how it was. I had it more in the mid 2000s. White Tab Jr. White's Irene had some dogs off her. Jeep bred to his daughter. Not for people that know about Mr. Crenshaw dogs and stuff, was Crenshaw and Garrett's partners when it come to dogs? Because sometimes you'll see it, it'll say Garrett's Jeep or Garrett's this, and then you'll see Crenshaw's this or Crenshaw's that. And I ain't talking about these social media platforms, these online platforms or whatever. I'm talking about when you know, back in the days when you see it on your papers and stuff like that. Were they kennel partners? Chance Floyd. I heard a lot of people talking about the Chance Floyd dog as well. I tell you, I didn't like this dog right here, the brute stuff. The ones that I seen off of that stuff, well, I liked it because I took that shit out. But me myself, I didn't like it for me, you know, far as saying I'm gonna buy some of it for myself. I went another direction. That's White Tab and White's Irene. Made brute dog, champion brute. They don't really got none of his offspring up there. Crossroad had a good bit of offspring off brute. And one of them looked just like this dog here. The other one looked like this dog, but one of them was kind of tall and one of them was kind of short. But they both had this look to them. Vance say, do you prefer the Red Boy Jocko dogs better? Now, I like the Red Boy Jeep dogs myself. Maybe some Jocko in it. You know, some yellow dogs in it. I want some yellow in it, but I like the Red Boy Jeep stuff. Cause with my Bulldog, he didn't have no white tab in him. He was Red Boy Jeep through the Jaguar bitch, and through the some hot whatever. Let me see. Let me check it out real quick. He had more Red Boy and Jeep in him than he had the Jocko. The Jocko was just coming from the Red Boy Jocko was coming from the yellow right here. But you know, and that's the top side of Fatty, but the bottom side was all Jeep. And then Sambo Mama was the Red Boy on the top side and all Jeep on the bottom side. So he only had the Jocko through yellow on the very top, and everything else was Red Boy Jeep all the way through them. And that don't got no Ramrod Tramp in it, no white tab in it. All through other dogs. WCC's Rocky the Jeep dog and Bailey's Bingo, which made Hollins Julio. Crenshaw's Hunter Red. Now I know we made a hellified damn breeding with that damn white tab female, the dang on a son of Frisco. They wasn't that big, but they was some nice damn puppies, nice dogs rather. But just straight red boy Jeep dogs, I only had the white tab stuff. I wasn't introduced to that to the Gator dog or a lot of them other dogs until later on down the line. Shady Hills Cricket. Oh, that one got unknown on the pair. Rascal Jr. on the top, unknown on the bottom. They don't got no offspring up there for them. Looking at Rascal Jr. Rascal Jr. is coming off Honey Bunch and Rascal. Jeep coming off Honey Bunch and Finley Bow. So if you had to take one of them, which would you rather take right now? The Honey Bunch and Rascal or the Honey Bunch and Finley Bow? See the offspring of Honey Bunch and Rascal. Or the offspring of Rascal Jr. rather. Mountain Man Champion Homer. Now, you can call Homer a bully son dog, but he's got a lot of Eli in him. You can call him a rascal dog. It just depends on who your favorite dog is in the pedigrees, the way you're going to acknowledge him. Oh, that's a rascal dog, Rascal Lapace, a Buster Rum dog, Bully Son dog, Carver's Orphan Annie. But in this fourth generation, you see a bunch of Eli. From the top to the bottom. So this Claus Zeke dog is the same dog that's the father to Bolio, right? Just a different breeding. Daryl Hughes, what's going on? What's going on? Appreciate you dropping in tonight, brother. All right. Now the rascal stuff that I had some rascal stuff from Crossroad. I don't remember how the pedigree was, but I remember he had some real tall brown dogs, and they looked like, I'm talking about, they was some of the tallest puppies I ever seen to this day. At 4 or 5 months old, them jokers was tall and skinny. But I don't remember what the pedigrees was. There was no red boy Jocko dogs. Had heavy mouth. One of the hardest shaking bitches I ever had. I came back and bought one of the dogs from him as a grown dog. I didn't get him as a puppy. I got the bitch when she was about 3 years old from him. Man, when I tell you shaking hard, that bitch just shake the soul out your dog. Let's see here, man. Rascal Jr. Well, I just made a statement about Honey Bunch producing dogs with outside of Finley Bow. That Gunner dog was a hellified dog. I have to ask an old school brother that actually had the dogs off of him and had the dogs from Jeep that can compare them to say which dog would you rather have offspring off of, Jeep or the Crenshaw's Gunner breeding what we looking at right here. And never fails. Just like I always tell you, no matter when you start looking at these pedigrees, you see who got all the champions off of the Crenshaw stuff. Crenshaw himself. Rascal. Crenshaw's crypto champion. Big thank you to the brother Kendall sending a $20 donation to the channel, man. Appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you. Yes, sir, man. Crenshaw's champion Ginger. Let's look at this dog here, Healy's Bumblebee. Rascal. Carver's Black Shine. Eli. Carver's Cracker, which has got that's a Dabo dog. Bred to that trans beauty. That's a Rascal, Black Shine. Let me pull up that Paladin stuff, man. Let me see if I can get that Paladin stuff up here. Now, what's up with this dog here, old Paladin, man? Carver's Ironhead. Crenshaw's Reno. Now we go down here to the little stats, the little stat sheet. 37% Ironhead. 25% Reno. Got a high percentage of Dabo in it. 21%. Carver's Miss Spike, 12%. So I guess you'll call that a Carver's Dabo and Carver's dog. Bunch of Ed Crenshaw stuff right there. Crenshaw and Carver. Paladin. I don't see no champions off of Paladin, which we know he probably made champions. Just because they're not on this website, that don't mean he didn't make any. But I don't see no champions off of him. Archie say Honey Bunch off Ironhead. That's who Honey Bunch real damn daddy is? Oh, that's what that is. Carver's Ironhead. Old Blind Billy back there. Remember what Mr. Mayfield said? I don't know how true it is, but I just keep that in the back of my head. Trans Rascal. What I asked y'all brothers about a little while ago. Which was the rascal to have your dog off of? Was it this one or was it Crenshaw's rascal? Y'all told me it was Crenshaw's rascal was the one you wanted your dog off of. But it looked like this dog here won more. What is this dog here? A 6-time winner? Trans Rascal? That's coming down off Mr. Joe Covino. That's going back there with Mr. Jim Wilson and them brothers. And I clear, boy, we ain't seen Mr. Jim name in every one of these pedigrees that from the old school yet. We see a Chicago Dolly. And we talk about Hubbard's Bounce and these dogs. So right now we gotta be in the 60s and somewhere around that area. Maybe the 70s. But this dog Chicago Dolly, this gotta be from the 60s. At least the 60s. No earlier than the 60s, because Hubbard's Bounce, that's old school. So this dog here would have had to been in the 60s. Arts Missy. I'm just strolling through pairs, man. If y'all want me to look up a pair, just drop it down in the chat. I'll look it up. I'm just strolling through. I was just checking y'all brothers out for this week. I ain't been live in a little while. So I just had to check in tonight and see what's going on with the fellas. And that's why I'm just going through these pedigrees, just checking some pedigrees out. Y'all want me to look anything up, just drop it in the chat. Hey, Daryl Hughes, I thought something was looking wrong with that Honey Bunch pedigree just now. When the brother said she was off Ironhead, and then I clicked on it, I never noticed it. Honey Bunch always been off Bully Son. You're right, Honey Bunch always been off Bully Son, but they got her off Ironhead on this pedigree thing. Mike Red, what it is. Appreciate you dropping in tonight, brother. But I'll tell you what, let's go back to that Honey Bunch. Let's see if I pull that one back up again. See what they got off of right here. They got Bully Son on this one. Got Bully Son on that one. Bully Son on that one. See, this is crazy. That's crazy. I gotta go back to Ironhead. Carl was Ironhead. Now, in my opinion, just my opinion don't matter. We just talking dog talk. My opinion, Honey Bunch look more like that dog there than she do Bully Son. You know, in that little eye area right there, that little region, that little eye region, she look more like that dog than she do Bully Son. But you know, I'm not a pit bull historian from these times. You know, this way before my time right here. See that little eye area right there? Look more like Ironhead than do Bully Son. Carver's Amber. They don't got no picture of Amber. So that's Carver's Amber is who they got them off of on here. Ironhead and Amber. So what they got the other Honey Bunches off of? Bully Son and Amber. Okay. Still don't got no picture of Amber up there. Fuller's Champion Young Buck. Archie told me to look up Fuller's Champion Young Buck. Let me see if it's under the if I can just find it up under here. I'll tell you what, there's another dog. I'm gonna look up that Fuller's Champion Young Buck because I don't see it right now, Arch. But there's a dog right here I heard a lot about throughout the days. Old Wee Hunt. I got a homeboy that like them Irish Jerry dogs. I never had none myself though. Fuller's champion young buck. Let me try to look it up again, bro. I'm just gonna look up that bell, dog. See if he in that. Oh no. What y'all think about them Weird Jack dogs, man? Y'all fan of them? Oh, Weird Jack. Great looking dog. Great confirmation on him. Y'all remember we got that story? I forgot who told us the story, but one of the old school brothers that giving us that knowledge about them dogs was, they said something about Big Casey. Remember they told us something about Big Casey? He was the daddy of one of them dogs. And Mr. Crenshaw got mad about that shit when somebody found out about it or mentioned it. They had mentioned Big Casey being the daddy of one of them dogs. I want to say it's Gator dog right here, but I ain't 100% sure. I don't remember exactly how the story went. The brother was telling me, but I remember him saying something about that Big Casey dog. Blackjack. Say Big Casey was Blackjack daddy. Yeah. They don't got no picture of. You see how many champions Blackjack got out there, boy? Blackjack threw some dogs out there, boy. Sitting there bull jiving. Triangle Games Flower. Triangle Games Sable. Casino's Bounty. Brooks Marvin Hagler. The dog threw a lot of champions. Yeah, Blackjack was producing. I had a dog off Blackjack, but like I said, it was down the line. It wasn't when in our heydays, in the Wild Wild West days for me. It was later on when I start chilling out a little bit. I forgot the name of the brothers that had the dog that I got something off of. It's on the tip of my tongue. I'll think about it in a minute. And my bitch, she was actually a cold bitch. But I was gonna try to breed her and hopefully spawn off some good dogs off of it. She ain't never make it though. Now, just looking at this list right here that I'm looking at, and y'all looking at right here, like I said, this is not the official, Some dogs left out. Some dogs probably added 2 times. But Black Jack seemed to have more champions than his daddy. When you just strolling through looking at it. Oh, I like this dog. Motherfucker got a mean looking face. AKA Goldberg. Caldwell's Deliverance. That's a hellified name there, Deliverance. Archie said Deliverance was in the South. They don't got none of this offspring up there. Damn, that dog there look good, boy. I like the ear setting on that joker there. Got a nice head on him too, boy. Crenshaw's Gator and Crenshaw's Sad, which is off White's Tab, and Crenshaw's Muffy, which is off the Duprell stuff. And Crenshaw's Mama at the bottom, which is off Mountain Man Hummer. So that'll be what, a Jeep Rascal dog? Jeep Red Boy Rascal? Or Red Boy Jeep Rascal? You know, I used to always hear brothers say, you don't need nothing but a pinch of that rascal in there. And looking at this pedigree, that's what that'll be, a pinch of it. Just a pinch of it. Not much, just a pinch. Let me see what this Crenshaw Sheila was off. Mayfield stuff. The Gunner dog. So they just got a pinch of that rascal in there right there. With that Red Boy Jeep. Looking at Gator offspring right now. Crenshaw Skillet. Big Casey. Yeah, I know I heard some kind of story, Archie, about old Skillet, man. I don't remember what it was, but I heard something about Skillet. Vance say Gator got beat up in Mexico, but won the match because he was game. Hey, that's my style right there, buddy. I'll take that ass whooping you want to give me. As long as I can damn jump and holler and hoop at the end of the show. And them boys gonna pop out with some stories about the Mexican Jeep dogs within the next 10 years. Mexican Jeep dogs, the Mexican Red Boy dogs, they have some eventually. We just ain't got enough Spanish Mexican brothers to get up there and tell their stories. And you know, a whole bunch of them yet. I'm talking about throughout the past fucking 20 years. Damn, Vance said the dog thought he was dead. Hey, I won like that, Vance. I had that damn dog off Sambo, and I bring it back to another toe jam female. Had too much of that that lay down stuff in it. That son of a bitch laid down so damn long. The dog stopped fighting him and walked away. And my dog jumped up off the ground and then went chasing that motherfucker. So I was in that same situation. I probably didn't get beat up as bad as Gator got beat up, you know. And my match wasn't real. It wasn't an important match. You know what I'm saying? But my dog, shit, that joker laid down, man, ain't show no kind of heavy potential or nothing. The dog just beating him up. And he just laid down till the dog then walked away from him. He wasn't hollering or nothing. He was still coming. But he wasn't putting no pressure down on him, on the dog. He was just fighting from the bottom. Dal say his partner got the skillet dog with that little country and St. Benedict's Bailey stuff. I seen that skillet somewhere, man. I just don't remember it, you know, but I remember that name. Little Country was a good producer too, in my opinion. I only had one litter off of him. Walkmore never had no litters off of him. I was the only one that bred them. AI bred them at that. Old Bell and Club beat the hell out of that damn Gator dog like that, Vance, with champion Chumbanga. Let me see what come up. Let me see what come up for Vietnam kennels when I type it in right here. Let's look up Vietnam's Rattler, 3-time winner. Bolio, Tombstone, Petronelli Fox, Stampanato. Got a Zebo in there in the bottom and then an unknown back here on the top side of the bottom. I think Zebo was one of our most underrated dogs that probably was a good producer, but we don't hear much as we probably should hear about that dog. Maybe because of confiscations, maybe because of people lying on the pedigrees, talking about they got this kind of dog, but they got a Zebo dog. But I think that's a dog that his name was real big back in the days, back in them Eli days, in them probably in the early 80s or mid 80s. Lonzo's Andy, Lonzo's Angie. Do anybody know how many pounds was Zebo? What kind of match dog was he, as far as weight wise? Yeah, them Vietnam dogs, man. Back in the days, that was one of the kennels I used to hear about a lot. I never got a dog from them, but I used to hear about their kennel a lot. Zebo. You think Zebo produced better than Termite? Because they got the Lonzo Andy and Termite too as well. Then you got your Zebo got straight off Alonzo's Andy. If I had both dogs in my yard that stud, and I'm selling puppies off a Zebo, and I'm giving you puppies straight off Termite, which one would you rather take and start your yard up with? Straight off a Zebo, straight off a Termite. And I know it'll probably matter what the female is off of as well, but we just, speaking hypothetically. Straight off a Zebo, straight off Termite. Bang Mateo, appreciate the $5 donation to the channel, my brother. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Hey, I appreciate you watching them videos I've been dropping over the past week too, Bang Mateo. The interviews and stuff. I got one I'm gonna drop in the morning. If I don't drop it in the morning, I'll drop it tomorrow afternoon. Let's get this video here a little time to get some views up on it. That's the only thing I hate about dropping my videos back to back like that, Bang Mateo. Sometimes it take away from the other videos that just came out the day before. And if I come out and drop videos every day, it takes from the video I dropped yesterday. Sometimes it does. Bang Mateo say he met Chico Lopez once at the airport. Man, that joker can talk. He has a mouthpiece and he still follows the game. Don't get it twisted. Oh yeah, man, he got too much love for the dogs. He just staying, staying in his lane. All I'm gonna say, just minding his business. What he doing? I don't know. People always ask me, why you think he ain't dropping videos? Nobody knows, man. Nobody really knows. We can all make assumptions. The brother got good looking dogs. But he know his dog. He know the dogs that he running and he know his stuff. You know what I'm saying? And everybody that really know him, what you just said is now Bang Mateo about him having a mouthpiece, that's one of his weapons. You can listen to his videos and you can tell that's one of his weapons. He a good speaker. He a good salesman. You know what I'm saying? He a good salesman. I'm gonna say it like that. And when I was talking to Brother Evo, Evolution, he was telling me some things about what made him a good salesman. Throughout way back in the days when he was in New York. I want to say he was selling vacuum cleaners and stuff like that. When you got to go house to house selling them vacuum cleaners and different things, you got to have your little pitch game on. You know what I'm saying? So you can sell that type of stuff. So he just transferred that to the dog game. One thing I always say about all the dog men, that everybody gonna get hated on one way or another when you're doing your thing. But one thing I always say is one of Nas quotes. They hate what they don't understand and they fear what they can't conquer. It just is what it is, man. People hate you when you're doing your thing. You don't gotta like what they like. Chico, he got his own dogs that he fuck with as far as the bloodline wise. He talk trash about the black dogs. I'm like I said before, I'm surprised y'all let them live that long talking that much trash about them black dogs and different things. I'm surprised y'all ain't been counseling them and all kind of stuff. But if you're a real dog man, you know pit bulls come in all colors, almost all colors. They don't come in. They don't come in some of them other colors they trying to make them say they come in. You know, Merle. I'm gonna say that Merle. Appreciate that $2 donation, Bang Mattel. They don't come in Merle, but them Catahoula's do. You know. Oh yeah, he like the man on the Wolf on Wall Street. Yes, sir. Nah, he don't fuck with Archie. You right, man. He don't mess with Chico like that, and that's the problem I had when I did a video way back when I first started doing my videos about Macho Buck, and that's how I got to talking to that brother, man. Cause I gave Chico the props about Macho Buck, and then Evo put me, you know, me and him had a good conversation or whatever, and you know that's how he was telling me about different things when it come to that particular dog, and Chico wasn't the person to be given credit for about that dog. Now, one thing I will say about Chico, Vance said he never heard about him until recently. One thing I will say about him now, I really didn't, you know, hear about him until, you know, more modern day time. But what we can say is he in them sporting dog journals, you know, and that goes back into the 90s. I've seen him in them, you know. When he talk about running, walking off from the scales, whether it's a truth or whether it's a lie. The dog that he's speaking about, he ran him from the scales with, split is the one I told you I put Sambo on. Now that was in 2000, 2001. You know, so he would have had to been, you know, out there doing his thing or whatever, you know, at least in the mid 90s. He ain't too much older than me. But I think he got me by a couple years. Oh yeah, Sega the Great. I did man, I might be got that dog in my book, man. That dog Sega the Great. I know I got a picture of him, but I might be got a little story about that dog. And I read a story. I don't remember how it went. But yeah, I seen that dog, man. That dog, that's the dog with one eye. Or it looked like it got one eye. Now, I'm gonna get me some of that Macho Buck stuff sooner or later that's bred up right and it's really coming down off that stuff. Cause they got bootleg of every damn thing out there nowadays. You gotta be careful, brothers. They got bootleg everything now. Don't think they ain't got bootleg Macho Buck, bootleg damn Zebo, bootleg Grand Champion Yellow, bootleg 357. They got bootleg damn Jeep, bootleg Eli. Man, they got bootleg everything out there these days. You gotta be careful, dog. Okay, Bang say that dog lost the eye as a puppy in a kennel accident. Hey, that little country dog brother was talking about down in the chat just now, that dog was a bad motherfucker. He finished his last one blind too. I remember one of the brothers told me, which dog was that finished off blind, beat the dog blind? Was it we were just talking about that dog last week. But that country dog finished him blind too. He ain't never get his vision back. One of them dogs me and the brothers was talking about last week when I went live, say finished him off blind. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. That little country dog was a bad motherfucker. I wasn't gonna do nothing with him because he was blind when I got him. But brothers wanted to test a damn blind dog. Brothers wanted me to test him. That's how he was crazy he was acting. Brothers say they believe he was gonna kill a dog right then. The way he looked blind, he would have still killed a dog. That motherfucker was a fool, boy. Hey, Showtime. Showtime say he seen Macho Buck roll before he was ever hooked. Now, this is what sometimes I hear people trying to criticize the Macho Buck stuff, not the blood, the dogs that coming down off Macho Buck, but I hear sometimes, I'm gonna say sometimes people try to say Macho Buck became grand champion too young. Was he going into real stiff competition? You know, cause they say I think he won about 3 or 4 in 1 year. Me myself personally, I don't think that's far fetched. You know, I can see a good dog winning 3 in 1 year if you ain't taking no damage. You know, and that's easy. But you know, I hear some people speaking about that. Yeah, I get me a good Macho Buck dog, bred tight, like that, how that Big John stuff I got bred like that with Macho Buck though, and breed it back into my Big John stuff. Big Mitch, what's going on? Hey, Big Mitch, a brother told me to ask you, Big Mitch, I'm glad you showed up tonight. A brother told me to ask you about Goldberg and Batman. He told me to tell you what's up. Goldberg and Batman. Say he sold them to you back in the days. And I was trying to get in touch with you, Mitch. Hit me up on Facebook in the morning sometime when you get rolling around and stuff like that. Cause I call your phone, but this shit was off. Life of Mellow, what's going on, big dog? Just talking about these pedigrees, man. Ain't too much. And he say Batman, Goldberg, and I want to say, damn, what's that other dog name? Izzy or damn, I'm saying the name wrong. I'm saying the name wrong, Mitch. Yeah, I gotta get that number from you tomorrow. Hit me up on Facebook, man. Don't put it down in the chat or nothing like that. I'll catch you on Facebook or something. Paul Johnson, what's going on with your brother? Salute to you, man. Appreciate you dropping in tonight. Hey, Mitch, what would you rather have, Mitch? A dog off Zebo, a puppy off Zebo to start your yard with, or a puppy off Termite to start your yard off with? And the reason why I ask, because these dogs got that Lonzo Andy in it. Termite had that Andy in them as well. And I believe them traits was showing up in Termite himself. And Zebo coming down off that Lonzo's Andy. The reason why I ask. And I say Zebo, I believe Zebo is Zebo put some good dogs down, I believe. He just don't get the credit that he should get. Hey, you bullshitting now. You ain't lying about that, Mitch. Termite kind of shaped just like this Joker here and all. That's how you know that Lonzo Andy stuff, even though it ain't a lot of it in Termite, his genes were strong. His genes were strong. That look like Zebo from the front right there, don't it? And that's them same ears that damn Termite got. How do you like your Zebo stuff, Bang? Hey, Archie, did they ever breed Zebo with Honey Bunch? Yeah, that is a good question. Why does Zebo and Honey Bunch didn't work? So if you ask me that, then they must have bred already. I don't know which one of these dogs to click on to see if it's Zebo and Honey Bunch. It's the offspring right here. Big salute and big thank you to Brother Paul Johnson for the $5 donation to the channel. Appreciate it, Paul. Yes, sir. Let me send a shout out as well to the whole Samurai crew, like I always do, to all them brothers out there, wherever they at, out here in this pitbull world. Hey, that black dog I seen today with them long teeth looked like he could have been a Zebo dog or something. Vindicator. What about Vindicator? Brewer's Vindicator. Now I had a dog off that myself. Probably about early 2000s. Went directly off Vindicator. It was Vindicator down off Vindicator. You know, for some reason, I always thought Vindicator was connected to that boil stuff. I don't know why I thought that shit, but I always thought that. But I'm looking at it out. You know, he ain't got nothing to do with the boil stuff. Zebo brother, Zebo full brother. Grand champion Adams, grand champion Zebo. Hey, Zebo, some dogs just don't click, man. Some dogs just don't click. Cause we can't say Zebo wasn't a good producer because he produced a lot of good dogs. But we seen the way Honey Bunch and Rascal, what that was, Rascal that made Rascal Jr. You know, they made good dogs. Honey Bunch and Finley Bow made good dogs. It might be just didn't work. And it just could have been that, just could have been that little. You never know. Now, we might got some dogs off Honey Bunch and Zebo that might be registered another way. Oh yeah, Zebo was a producer, like Vance say. He definitely was a producer. Oh, Kyle, you say Vindicator beat Finley Bow in impressive order? Mitch said he always thought Termite was out of Zebo himself. Damn. Only thing about Finley Bo, he's credited for one of the best producers of all time. So you ain't gonna really hear about how he got his ass whipped. You just gonna hear about that damn dog he produced called Jeep. Dang, curve Bo out. And this the thing, dog. Being that he produced Jeep, you don't even hear people ain't saying, "Oh, he a cur, he a cur, he a cur." He's Jeep Daddy. When you say Finley Bo, you think of Jeep Daddy. Badass dog, badass producing dog. But like they say, man, every dog have his day sometime, man. Every dog will have his day. It might have been his damn day. He met one that brought it to the table against him. The brother down in the chat say the camp believe that Vindicator had some rub on him. Damn. Showtime said we had champion Cash. He made champion in 357. Red Boy Jocko Termite against Thug City Kennel's Grip. Showtime, now let me ask you this question since you told me that. If he would have lost in 357, would you got rid of that dog? I'm just asking you. You know, everybody have their own. Me, myself, I'm not going to get rid of him if he lost in 357. That's damn near 4 hours. You don't run across a dog like that all the time. 4 hours? That's a hellified dog and a hellified dog man to put the keep on a dog that can go 357. The dog, Thug City Kennel's Grip, he was just as good as damn Champion Cash was. He wasn't as good, but he was good enough to go 357. So, you know, there was two bulldogs in the ring that day. Can't take nothing from either dog. Or the losing dog, rather. Let me look up Grand Champion Outlaw. That brother say that's one of Finley Bo's sons. Is this the Outlaw? No, that ain't the Outlaw. I'm gonna go to Finley Bo. That look like a damn bully dog. What the fuck? One of the boys did tell me they had bully dogs up on his website too. And that's all them damn purple ribbons. Them purple ribbon. Purple ribbon. UKC. The hell we came into here. Ballistics Blue Outlaw. Oh shit. The blue dog lovers will say that dog there is a blue dog because of his name. He could be a black dog with a name Blue. But he got that purple ribbon. He might be a damn show silver dog. Let me get back to the outlaw stuff. You say he on Finley's Bow? Grand Champion Outlaw. Right there. Hargrove's Outlaw. Yeah, I talked about that dog one time before. Dog look good now. Oh, that's Mountain Man Bandit Daddy. I had something off Bandit before. Uh, Stumping out on the bottom, heavy stumping out on the bottom. Honey Bunch, Finley Boy on top. Rascal. Mm. Got your Carvers off and Annie in the back there. You know what we don't hear about though? Them dogs that Mr. Stratton was talking about, like going like Barney. And them dogs, we don't be seeing that dog in nobody pedigree. Not hardly. I know since I was doing this dog show, I didn't pull a pedigree up yet. They had going like Barney in it. Let me pull up going like Barney, man, and see what the hell offspring coming down off him. That's going back to some of the stuff we know. Going like Barney, Brandy, Stratton's Thomas. That one of Stratton them dogs that was around during their times. I guess Stratton got 2 dogs off of them in here. 3 dogs. Going like Barney coming down off that Covino stuff. Oh! This the first time I seen Carvino and the name Wilson's in the same thing. It might be Mr. Wilson that we were talking about, Mr. Jim Wilson, because he was rolling with Mr. Carvino, and we talking back in the 50s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. Heinzel's Musty and Heinzel's Patch. Owner Wilson. Wilson's Pretty Boy. And that's the good, a good setup, because we know Mr. Wilson was rolling with Mr. Carvino. So that's probably the same. That's probably Mr. Jim right there. Hey man, hell, a lot of the dogs quit that we got dogs off of in today's time. I think they say Bully Son quit too, didn't it? Yeah, man, them dogs there from back in the back in the days. That's why Mr. Stratton had them in his book, because them dogs was old school dogs. Man, I'm excited to see this Wilson name and Carbino name side by side right here, because I know that's Mr. Jim. It gotta be. And I ain't seen no pedigrees with with his name in it. And now that I'm talking about going like Barney, I'm gonna start paying even more attention to all the pedigrees, because I know for a fact I ain't seen no pedigrees that I've been looking up over the past 3 years that went back to going like Barney that I seen, you know. Eight-time winner. Uh-uh. Let me look up Hall's handicap, man. Oh, 36, 38-pound dog. Bad mofo right there. Oh, handicap. Yeah, I like the handicap. I like the handicap dog too, Robert. Robert said that's one of his all-time favorite bulldogs. I like the handicap dog too, man. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get one back in the days when I was in my golden age, my golden era, Wild Wild West days. But I got a brother that got some of it now. I think I might try to get me some of that stuff. And he got the stuff now, and it looked like this stuff right here, the handicap dog. That's the thing about it. He don't just got it in the pedigree. His dog's actually showing the traits of this dog. It wouldn't have been nothing like me getting one directly off handicap though. Vance said handicap with Eli dogs, you get monsters. Robert said he believed handicap would have silenced old Banjo if they would have ever met up. If they would have met up. Coy's Banjo. Take a look at him real quick. You know we can't go by looks. We can't go by looks, but I believe handicap would have got that dog there. But we can't go by looks. Can't go by looks at all. Cause I know if Mr. Coy would have been living here, to gave me a million reasons why Banjo would have beat handicap. And I ain't never heard nothing bad about old Banjo. Me myself, I haven't. Banjo the one that had the sister BB Red, ain't it? I could be mistaken, but I think, if I ain't mistaken, what's going on? What's going on, Thomas? Appreciate you dropping in, man. Appreciate you dropping in. Yeah, they say that BB Red dog was bad as hell too now. They say that dog was badass. Hey, that would have been a good one now. Handicapping old Banjo. That would have been a good one. Archie say Donna Blizzard blood is serious. What serious? Robert said he talked to Mr. Richard Stratton before, and he was crazy about that going like Barney dog. He loved that dog. I know somebody got some of that Luther stuff, Archie. Luther, them blazing dogs, however you pronounce it. I think that's how you pronounce it. I know a couple people got some of them dogs today. A lot of that Luther in the background. Peterbilt. Let me see if Peterbilt pop up, John Demery. Riddick's Peterbilt. Is that the stuff you talking about? Tudor's Red Bill. Background. A lot of Tudor's dogs in the background. Got Eli back there. And this particular dog we're looking at right here. Hey, there's some old school dogs in the background, so we got no other choice but to be serious. Archie. Eli about the youngest damn dog in the pedigree. When we're looking at the dog, the famous dogs. Eli Jr. right here. Tudor, all them Tudor's dogs back there. That's Tudor. Howard's, Toby, Rose, Davenport, Spike. That Mayfield nigga, though, he coming off Tudor's Jeff and Tudor's baby. Oh, that's Alligator Daddy. Oh, Peterbilt. 41 pounder. Yeah. It's a nice one there. Yes, sir, man. Hey, I think we're going to go ahead and turn it on in, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me tonight. I appreciate everybody that donated to the channel, man. Everybody that gave any kind of info for any pedigrees tonight, that anything we looked up. Appreciate you like I always do, man. Y'all brothers stay safe out there. Y'all brothers stay legal out there. Keep doing the right things with these dogs. That way we can preserve them. We can be talking about the old school bloodlines that we got, that we know on the ground, and we preserve them the right ways. Because you know how these folk out here trying to take our dogs and put them down and cut the nuts off of them and neuter them and spade them and all kind of stuff, man. So I appreciate y'all. Y'all stay safe out there. Y'all stay legal, man, and have a great night, my brothers from across the land.